Hey, Doc Holly here. Today we're going to talk about how to know if you're overdoing it in your workouts, if you're doing too much. Because I know I did that for a very long time. I always thought that the harder that I worked, the more that I did, that I would see results in my physique faster. And then I would always just be so frustrated that I was just spinning my wheels, working my butt off in the gym, and I still wasn't getting the results. Even after consistency, I still wasn't getting the results that I should have seen for how hard I was working. And I think a lot of women have this problem. We are disciplined, we go to the gym, we do the work, and then there's nothing to show for it. So if that's you, you could be doing too much. You could be overtraining. So I'm gonna talk through 3 things that you can go through. Ask yourself, am I overtraining? Is this me? And how to fix it. The first mistake that you might be making is that you're trying to squeeze in too many exercises in one session. And because of that, you're not pushing yourself as intense enough on each exercise as you should be to get that adaptation that we want in the muscles over time. We're not able to progressively overload efficiently when we're spending all our energy just trying to do a lot per session, not with enough effort that we actually produce those changes that we want. You end up rushing around the gym and skipping your rest intervals just to try to get everything done in that hour or so that you're working out. So I would say just don't skip your rest intervals. You should be resting 2 to 3 minutes between sets. And that's how you know you're working hard enough. If you're going for those hypertrophic changes, you're going for building muscle, AKA it's the same thing as toning your bodies. We have to stop using that word toning. But if that's what you want, you need to start pushing yourself more. Ladies, we have more left in the tank. By the end of the exercise, you should be pushing yourself so much that you need that rest. So to do this, I normally like to split it up between 4 to 6 exercises per session. And that has to be strategic, right? It has to be doing the right exercises. And then that's gonna bring me to the next point. Point number 2 is that you're switching up your exercises too much. You see a new YouTube video of a workout or a new IG from your favorite influencer and you wanna try out that workout, but then you end up switching it every time. And when you do that, you're doing too many exercises without enough strategy to know if you're progressing that exercise. We need to be doing the same exercise for quite a long period of time. I would say 4 to 6 weeks at least, and honestly, even months, to know that you're applying the principles of progressive overload appropriately, that you're able to squeeze in more reps over time, that you're able to increase the weight over time, that you're getting stronger, that you're doing more sets and changing up those rest intervals as required. That takes a plan and strategy and maybe seeking out help so that you know that you are choosing the right exercises towards your goals. Knowing when to do compound exercises, your squats, your deadlift, your bench press, your military press, anything that uses more than one joint and more than one muscle group, you're going to get a very effective workout because you're hitting more muscle groups at once. It just makes sense. But there's also a time and a place for isolated exercises. If we're working our glutes, we don't only want to do squats, but we also want to do isolated exercises like the hip abduction exercises. You know what I mean. And those exercises maybe don't take quite as much time to recover from. And because of that, you want to fit them in your workout at the right place. So it's also knowing the plan, when to put your squats, when to put your hip abduction machine, when to put your cable hip abduction, and how to know that you're progressively overloading all of those over time. And then that also brings me to my 3rd point. And the last thing, my friend, is recovery. You're not allowing your body to recover properly. And because of that, you're not seeing the result that you want to see. So recovery comes with many different assets. Resting enough between each exercises. We already talked about resting 2 to 3 minutes to push yourself enough. Sleeping enough. You need to prioritize your sleep. If you're not doing that, you're doing your body a huge disservice because you're constantly fatiguing it and exhausting it and not giving it the time to repair and build. Make sure you prioritize sleep. It's a game changer. Eating enough would be the last thing that I want to talk about. You need to be eating enough to build. I eat like a 14-year-old boy, okay? And it took me so long to figure out how much my body needed to have that surplus so that I could build muscle? Eating enough protein. Do you prioritize your protein at each meal? Are you thinking of how many grams you're getting per day? The recommended amount is at least 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. Search for that number. Learn about your body. Learn how many calories you need. Learn how much protein you need, and stop trying to be smaller. That's always gonna hold you back. Stop trying to diet all the time. If you're trying to grow and recomp your body, learn to take up space. It's so empowering, and it's a journey. These things are more about you finding what your body needs to see these results. So ask yourself, am I doing too many exercises? Am I switching up my workout too much? And am I resting and recovering appropriately for the results that I actually want to see in my body? So if this is you, I promise you, you are not alone. I know I'm not the only one who has made all of these mistakes before. So comment below what your biggest lesson is that you learned in this video. Let's get a conversation going. If you haven't already, subscribe to that channel and hit that like button, and I can't wait to see you in the next video.